Speaking of corporate crime and white-collar crime, that's pretty much what your new book deals with, Law and Vengeance, which is getting great reviews. What did you draw from to write this new thriller? Is it experiences from your own cases?
Yeah, just like the first book I came out with, Law and Disorder, it's a series of books. There'll be 4 in a series. This book is based on real-world themes. White-collar criminals in the United States have been operating under this Wild West mentality where they can lie, they can cheat, they can steal their way to financial success while never having to worry about the possibility of going to prison. But all of a sudden, and that's one of the themes that's pivotal in Law and Vengeance, but in the United States, we've had this way that even though we don't prosecute white-collar criminals, we've had a way of going after them through what we call false claims acts or whistleblower cases. One of the themes in the book is that these men and women who risk everything to expose the wrongdoing of a corporation or government, they're actually more likely, interestingly enough, to be prosecuted and put in jail than the people that they expose. This story centers around an actual case we handle here right in the firm, actually a couple of them. One is a gun sight that was so defective that when it's actually out in heat and humidity, it can be off 2 degrees for every 100 yards. So it basically makes the gun unusable. It's called a hologram. You're supposed to point it, pull the trigger, and you're supposed to hit your target.
Well, there's no heat and humidity in Afghanistan, so nothing to worry about there.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's where it actually became discovered, and police officers you had police officers that were mandated to use this piece of junk, and the manufacturer knew of the problem, kept it on the market anyway, even though in the process taxpayers paid millions of dollars to buy this piece of junk. And so that's pretty typical in a whistleblower case. And then also in this case, we find that the whistleblower is victimized, and it's not this, they're going after him to upset him, they're going after to kill him. And many of those tragedies involved in the book involve people trying to protect that whistleblower. And I'd love to say that that's just far-fetched, but it's not. It's every day in America, unfortunately. We think that, we really do believe that we have our finger on the pulse of how criminal corporate America has become, or international manufacturers and corporations have become. We think we have our finger on the pulse, but until you follow these stories as a trial lawyer every day, you don't get a sense of really how bad it's become. And that's one of the themes in the case, in the book. But it centers around a female trial lawyer, Lee, that I think you'll find interesting.
Yeah, well, I've learned from our mainstream media that whistleblowers are the bad guys. They're horrible human beings, and I mean, our mainstream media has become so preposterous on topics like this. It's really pretty pathetic.
Well, the Department of Justice in this case, we thought we listened to Obama talk about how he was going to be there for all these whistleblowers. In the end, the truth is he wasn't there for any of them, and in fact, he had more whistleblowers prosecuted than 3 presidents before him combined. So the truth is, whistleblowers actually are sometimes the last line in defense to a level of fraud that's taken place in this country that is numbing. It's just become so bad. And so this whole the whole book is built around that, and it's a series of books. The next book that comes out is built around the opioid crisis that's killing so many Americans, as you pointed out. And the opioid crisis is going to be the major theme of the 3rd book. And then the 4th book deals with the banks that are international banks that are actually washing money for terrorists and actually enabling many of these terrorist cells all over the world to stay in business. And you might remember, I think it was 9 of the banks in Europe pled guilty to actually washing money for terrorism. That'll be one of the themes in the 4th book.